Hello, and welcome to another fanfiction reading. Today is going to be chapter 5. Finally, another chapter for this story. Chapter 5 The Sense of Muda slash Monster of the Ruins. With a bold quiver of his magnificent mustache, Mario let loose a hearty sneeze. A single grain of sand had flown along the warm wind and tickled the hero's nose. It wasn't long before Mario and Tibi found the source of the sand, the Muda Desert. Along the endless sun-baked expanse, Mario and Tibi continued their search. Mario and Tibi were now standing in Muda Desert, a very vast desert located at the limits of the Sarasaland Kingdom. Didn't Princess Daisy say something about there being some ruins around here? Tibi pondered. The Pure Heart can't be far now. We better not waste any time. Mario then traversed through the desert, defeating some more new enemies, like bolt cliffs, boomboxers, jaw bosses, buses, spiked goombas, and cherbills. He also had to solve a red palm tree puzzle where he had to leap on it 10 times to get the door to appear. He goes through it. Gra googly! A scream was heard upon Mario and Tippy emerged from the door they just entered. So you're the last thing in the Stashi and meatballs species. Then Ochunks came from the sky and makes the door disappear. You shouldn't have crossed the count. Now I'm gonna have to get chunky on ya. Old Chunks laughed. You, you want to count black stocks, aren't you? Tippy suspected. Old Chunks is me name, Old Chunks said, waving his index finger. And I'm no common dog, lass. I dug for the count of Count Black himself. One more for me, Blacky boy, and I come to make you feel some damage. Don't you mean damage and not hamage? Mario teased. Damage? Make that damage. I mean, but Ochung's patient goes away and he sons the ground. Whatever then, not that it matters a pinch of stew in a cess store. You're a goner. Do you even know what Count Black is trying to do? TB questioned. Duh, Ochung shouted. Me boys using barrels and whatnot to bring back some order to this air world. An enemy of Black be an enemy of mine. They all get chunked. This Ochung's a lot scarier than the other enemies we faced so far. TB gulped. Enough is enough already, Ochung yelled impatiently. It's time to thunder down from on high and deliver a beating on the ages. Chunk on it! Ochung starts by jumping towards Mario. Mario dodges his landing, but then Ochung grabs his feet, spins him around, and tosses him. Mario bounces all around the place before taking damage. Ochung starts a small motivation dance, but when he was doing that, Mario quickly stands up, uses Dora at him, and tosses him to the ground. Ochunks gets stunned or they are thrown, so Mario took his opportunity to stomp on him. As he receives more and more stomping, Ochunks starts jumping off and ground pounding the ground much faster than before. But even that wasn't trouble for Mario. He attempts to use a Doro at Ochunks and does the same tactic, until Ochunks was defeated. I'm choked, Ochunks screamed in defeat, kneeling on the ground. Me chunks, you failed me. I got pummeled and you barely sweat your brow. Hey, what kind of strange little man are you? The strange little man is not other than the legendary hero, Mario, Tibby responded. Mario, eh? Tis an odd name, yeah, but you can picture a baby, I'll remember that, Ochan said. What? No, my name's not Maria, it's Mario, Mario growled. You remember this, Maria, Ochan growled back, standing up and stepping the ground. If you didn't look like such a wee toddler, I would not have taken it so easy on you. But hey, I have to give it up for your efforts, so let's call it a tie. You better get some chunks on your own for next time, though, eh? And while you're at it, why don't you wax that bunny stash of yours, Mario? Mario was stunned. Well, Chunks then waved his arm, saying, Do we meet again, eh? Chunks away! He then farts out to the sky. The door has reappeared. Did you understand a word of what that goon was saying? Tippy asked. No idea, Tippy. It's so hard to understand that guy's words, Mario answered. Well, it doesn't matter. Let's head through that door. Tippy replied. Mario nods and they all went to the door. After more platforming, Mario had to look directly at his left while being in 3D and standing over the blue pedestal to visually open the entrance to the ruins. Somehow, Mario had found the strength to cross the desert's sweltering dunes. Ahead was a sprawling complex of ruins rising out of the sand. Thankful for the shade, Mario and Tippy ventured deeper inside. They were the very ruins Princess Daisy had warned them about. What dangers lurked in the shady corridors ahead? Mario and Tippy were inside the eastern ruins, which was usually dark from the inside, but thanks they had hung up torches on the walls, the ruins were given some light. Mario, I can feel it coming. The pure heart is nearby, Tippy said. But wait, I sense something else emanating from the sand dunes. Be careful now, Mario. Something else is waiting for us ahead. Mario nodded and he proceeds forward. He explored every single corner of the eastern ruins, encountering busty beetles, dodging rotating fireballs, solving yet more puzzles by flipping to 3D and just lots of doors to unlock. This place was a complete maze for our hero. Finally, Mario finds a warp pipe in one of the rooms and goes through it. He eventually emerged from outside the ruins, where the ground was all sand and the wind was blowing. Suddenly, after Mario walked some steps forward, a robotic voice came. Warning! Mario and Tippy were startled by that. Then the whole ground begins to shake. A red and blue robotic dragon emerged from the sands right on front of Mario. Intrusion detected, the robotic dragon spoke. Leave immediately or be purged. But then the dragon notices something about Mario. Wait. Scan initialized. Red cap detected. Blue overalls detected. Level 5 mustache detected. Incredible. Possible subject identification. But it is impossible. Hold your position. Searching database. I love this. Then he made a Wii Shop loading icon appear in his eyes. Good job, Nintendo. Once it disappears, the dragon spoke again. Search complete. One positive match. System overload. Legendary hero identified. Forgive me, hero. I am called Fractale. My only purpose is to defend the pure heart from lawless intruders. You are late. I have waited thousands of years for your arrival. You may pass. The pure heart is just ahead. It won't be that easy. Oh no. Suddenly, another voice came in. Who speaks? Fractale questioned. The voice was from none other than Dementio, who shows up in front of Fractale. Dementio first turns to Mario and Tippy. So very nice to so very nice to meet you. And your mustache. I am complex master of dimensions, the pleaser of crowds. I am Dementio. Dementio introduced himself. Remember the name well. I know you. You're that. Tippy couldn't finish. It would be so very dull if your journey ended so easily. Instead, it ends with magic, Demetrius said. He then turns around and casts a lightning bolt, which hit Fractal's antenna. Fractal starts to malfunction. Yes, much better. Now you and this robotic guardian can spend some quality time, Demetrius snickered. Yes, quality snack time. When he snacks, I'm you. For you, are the snack. Cow. He then disappears. What did he just... But Tippy was entrapped by Fractal. Beep. I am error. Press any key to restart. He then starts to speak like a crazy malfunctioning computer. System not found. Insert install disk. Disk not found. Please confirm this cover is closed. Red error. Insert boot disk and press enter. No response. System may be busy or melting into slag. Application error. Save your work and quit. You lost everything. Way to go, genius. Waiting for processors. 4 computer hamsters not found. Third level upgrade to Jelly Roll 1. Detonation imminent. Something not right was with Fractal. After pausing for a moment, he beeps. C run query identification. C run install generator. C results go away Yeti lip. Control Alt Delete. After all of those crazy words, Recto digs into the sand and shoots out into the sky. Mario had no choice but to fight the robotic guardian dragon. He waits for Fracto to head to the foreground, and he jumps on the dragon's back. At his back, Mario uses Doro at some robot enemies and tells him at Fractal's antenna. Once Fractal received enough hits, he flies away very fast and Mario wasn't able to keep his balance and fell off. Then Fractal charged straight into Mario, but he couldn't see him. He had to flip to 3D to see Fractal charging. Mario managed to hop on Fractal's back again. Mario did the same thing as before and fell off of Fractal's back again. However, Mario managed to get back on Fractal's back when he was falling. He throws even more robot enemies with Doro at Fractal's antenna for the third time, and system crash, Fractal spoke. I have malfunctioned. What have I done? Hero. Hero. The error is mine. I am sorry. Shame circuit. Smoldering. Please. You must save our world. Fractal's back exploded, revealing his spine as they fell off. Mario lands on the ground safely, and a door showed up in front of him. He goes inside. Until he found himself inside of a sanctuary. Mario goes downstairs, and a voice calls for him. Welcome, hero. My name is Marlumina. Mario looks around, but found no sign of this Marlumina person. Just then, when he looked above him, there was a hologram of a light blue old woman. She was Marlumina. I am a dormant soul. I have waited long to give you the pure heart, Marlumina spoke. Yes, I have been waiting for 1,500 years. Marlumina slowly descends to Mario, still astonished, and continues. Your presence here must mean that all worlds have begun to collapse. Yes, they have, in fact. That's why we're here, Tibi responded. Before I give you the pure heart, you and I must speak. Listen well, hero, Marlumina said. Mario nodded. Long, long ago, my people built a civilization held as a beacon of culture. Sadly, despite our power, there was one thing we were powerless to stop. The Dark Prognosticus. Nobody knows who authored the Dark Book. It foretold the events of the future. On the last page, it was written that a chaotic power would devour the world. We knew it had to be stopped. Our greatest minds devised a grand plan to stop the tragedy before it happened. We needed something with the pure essence of love to confront this chaos. Researchers set to work, and they created the Purity Heart. We divided the Purity Heart into 8 pieces and hid them in different dimensions. We hid them for their own protection, waiting for the day the hero would arrive. Everything was going as planned, or so it seemed. But the wheels of destiny began to spin wildly out of control. It began with a very small incident. At that time, I was young and quite beautiful. I started the day I met 2 very fetching young men. And, you see, my life set sail toward a maelstrom of love. You see, I asked one out, but, however, it was, well, you know. But Marlumina's story was starting to get bored. And as she talks and talks, Mario began to feel sleepy. When Marluna was almost finishing, Mario was already sleeping. And that is why we hope the Purity Heart will have the power to defeat chaos. To save all worlds, we must find the 8 pure hearts that form the Purity Heart. And that is all I have to say in the matter. But when Marluna turned, she saw Mario asleep. Were you listening carefully? Mario quickly looks up and nods. Excellent. I did tell the short version, so I wasn't sure if you would fully understand. It is up to you to find the pure hearts, for they are our last and only hope. Go forth, hero, and save the worlds. We are all depending on you. Upon finishing her talk, Marluna summons an orange pure heart and hands it to Mario. The second pure heart was in his possession. Before disappearing, Marluna had entrusted Mario to save every world. She had waited 1,500 years to deliver the message to the legendary hero. With the second pure heart in hand, Mario was in great spirits, but 6 pure hearts still remained to be found, and the journey had just begun. With a flutter, Tibi said, I think we'd better return to Flipside. The weight of every word's fate once again rested on Mario's shoulders. Tibi continued. Unlike Galaxy Heroes, the terrain doesn't change in Super Paper Mario, so I had to cut all of the progression's description, or the chapter would get too long. But I had fun, especially playing Fractal's dialogues. I was having to spend functional dialogue the first time I played the game. Looks like Mario has a second pure heart with him. Next chapter coming soon. And with that, I will see y'all in the next video. Goodbye.